It's Wednesday, the 28th of November, Parshas Vayishlach.
14th of Kislev.
The 14th of Kislev. Once again, it's still 11 days from Hanukkah. Time seems to have stood still.
Yesterday you said 12.
Yesterday you said 11, so I'm saying it's still 11.
Oh. That's what I said?
Yeah. And I have it on tape so I can prove it. Careful what you say here, it'll come back to haunt you.
Oh my God.
The Torah is interpreted in 70 different ways. I think I said that yesterday, okay? So the letter in the Aleph base that represents 70 is ayin. Okay, write that down. Everything will tie in at the end. Okay?
Represents what?
70. Everybody should really familiarize themselves with the letters of the alphabet of the Aleph base and the numerical value of each of them. And you'll get a lot of pleasure out of figuring out your own gematrias and what your name's equal to. And, sometimes...
A chart or something. Do you ever see a chart somewhere in a book?
I promise you, it takes 10 minutes, you'll memorize it. It's 1 to 22.
It's not only Jewish. The Arab also they have such something.
Yeah.
They call it abjad, havaz, hoti, kalaman, sahvaz.
Yeah, but we're not going to use profanity in shul.
Yeah.
So anyway,
1, 2, 3, 4,
there is also the concept that every single thing within the 70, or even if you're not talking about the 70, there is this thing that's called pardes, a pei, and a reish, and a daled, and a sof, a samach. And that is, the first one, the pei, is pshat. That means, that is the simple literal translation of a word. Every word in the Torah has 4 ways of looking at it. One of them is the simple way, that's the pei, the poshit, pshat. The other one is reish, which stands for remez. It's a hint. It alludes to something else. The other one is a daled, which is drush. That means you start going like this, trying to, that's to delve into it, and. And then the last one is sod, the secrets of it. Now, write down the word sod. Samach, vav, daled. You can't write Hebrew. Okay. So the word, we'll fix that. But at least you should recognize the letter. You recognize the letter?
I know.
Okay. So the samach is 60.
Samach like a circle.
Right.
I know what they look like. I see them in my head.
Samach. So anyway, the word sod is the value of the word sod is 70. Okay, if you write down the samach, 60, and the vav, which is 6, and daled, which is 4, is equal 70. In fact, there's an expression that says nechnas yayin yotza sod, which means if you drink, the literal translation means that if somebody's going to drink some wine, then all his secrets will come out because he'll be a little bit tipsy. And yayin is yud, nun. 10, and nun is 50, is 70. So if you intake 70, you'll get out 70. You'll take in wine, yayin, and out will come sod, the secrets. Okay. Now, yesterday we spoke about Parshas Vayishlach and how the word Vayishlach equals to the number of days in the year, in the lunar year. But there is actually a couple of other interesting things about Vayishlach, which also is tied in, is number related. Let's take a look at a very simple word in the Torah. Here, let me give you a pen that writes ink. A simple word in the Torah, Vayomer. You all familiar with that word, Vayomer?
Saying.
Vayomer. And he said, Okay? Now, if you look at the word Vayomer, it's made up of, write down the word Vayomer.
That's all right.
I only have a pen, I don't have ink.
Oh,
Yeah, just a pen.
the ink.
Ink I didn't bring.
Yeah, there's another pen in there.
Yeah. So Vayomer, good morning, Bob. Vayomer has the word Omar in it, right? The last,
That's okay, thank you.
the last three. You have to concentrate. There can't be any interruptions today because it's all numbers and everything. Okay, no problem. Vayomer has the last three letters of that word is Omar. He said. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, then if you add the Yud next to it, in front of it, it's Ye Omar. He will say. So we have the past and then we have the future in that word itself. Okay? Vav.
Right.
Okay? And then what connects the past to the future? You now add the other letter, which is the Vav. Vav, what is Vav? What's the translation of the word Vav? And. It's called Vav HaMechuber. The Vav always connects things. So the Vav connects the Omar to the Ye Omar, said and will say, and connects it all together. That word Vayomar is in this week's portion exactly 7 times. There's a lot of things which are exactly 7 in this week's parsha. Yaakov bowing down to his brother Esav is also 7 times in this week's parsha.
He bowed down 7 times?
Well, it's written 7 times. I don't know how many times he actually did it, but it's written 7 times.
Okay.
Now, let's look at the story. We all know what happened. Yaakov was getting ready to go and battle with his brother, and then he got up at night and he crossed over. I'll read. Crossed over, and what does it say? It says,
Malach Esav came and Sar Esav.
and he crossed the ford, which is like the river of Yabok. Okay? Yabok. Look at the word Yabok. Spell it. Yud, Beis, Kof. Okay, what is that word almost like?
Boker,
No, Yaakov.
Yaakov.
Okay? He crossed, the name of the place that he crossed over was called Yabok, which is Yaakov, but what's missing?
Vav.
No. There's no Vav in Yaakov.
Yud, Kuf, Vav, Bet.
There's no Vav.
Bet, I mean.
No.
No,
It's
yeah,
in there. You got the bet
Yeah.
in there.
Ayin.
The ayin is missing. So what he did was he crossed over to meet and he exposed to Esav everything but the ayin, but the 70. That 70 he kept. Now what's important about that 70 is like this, because that 70, as I said before, is sod, is the secrets. The secrets of the Torah, oh, here comes Rivka. The secrets of the Torah is not given over to Esav. He kept that himself.
That's interesting.
Now let's look at the name. Morning.
This is Yaakov kept the secret.
Right. Okay.
That's very cool.
I should have prepared for you the chart of the alibes and everything because it would be more enjoyable, make more
I'm
sense.
getting it. No. I can do. I just
Okay.
can't write it. I can't
Okay.
write the letters, but I do understand it.
Okay.
That's very interesting.
Okay.
And
Now.
plus, I have these on tape. I always go and
Okay.
if I'm unsure of something, I go back and look at things on
All right.
YouTube.
Morning, Rivka. How are you?
Good morning.
Okay. Morning.
You have
Shalom
class
Aleichem.
every morning,
Yes. Yeah.
our rabbi.
So.
Let me just get a few more cups for you.
I brought some extra cups.
There's only one there.
But there's 2 cups there. Somebody may as well use those.
Okay.
Okay. Let's look at the word Yabok. What's the gematria of Yabok?
112.
112. Now, we know God has 2 names. God has the name of Yud K Vav K. What is that?
26.
26. Write down 26. Write down these numbers.
What was the
26.
The other Yabok is 112, which is comprised of 26 plus 86. 26 and 86 equals 112. 26 is the God's name Yud K Vav K, which is the name of mercy, and then God has another name Elokim, which is the God of judgment, and that's 86.
Very good.
So Yabok is 112, which is 26 plus 86. Now, what's fascinating about these numbers is going to come out in a minute. Let's first look at the name Yaakov. Yaakov's name is 182, which is 26, and what did I say gets repeated how many times in this Torah? 7. 26 times 7 is 182, which is Yaakov's name. Now, everything almost important in the Torah can be figured out using these numbers. Let's take a look at Yitzchak's name. Yitzchak is 208. The number of Yitzchak is 208. 208 is 26 8 times. Let's look at the name of Yosef. Yosef's name is 156, which is 26 times 6 times. Tzion, which is the name for Jerusalem, is the same as Yosef, which is 156.
What about Mendy Schwartz?
Let's look. We had the ladder which connects the top to the bottom. We had that when Jacob's dream is Sulam. Sulam is 130. 130 is 26 times 5. Sinai, where the Torah was given, is also 130. That's 26 times 5. Now, whenever you write the 10 Commandments in the Torah, in every single Torah, it'll be written in exactly 26 lines. Every single time. There are many prayers that we say have exactly 26 words. God's name in the Torah, Yud K Vav K, guess how many times are in there? You can't guess. Tad knows because he can figure these things like this. But there's exactly 1,820 times the name of God is in the Torah. 1,820 times. Wouldn't you know it that it would be exactly 26 times 70? We talk about the number 70, which is the secret and sod. So God's name is exactly 26 times 70 is in the Torah.
Wow.
Now,
That one brings tears to my eyes. Oh my
All
God.
this stuff out.
if you daven Shemoneh Esrei today, you'll do the Amidah, Shemoneh Esrei, count how many times Hashem's name is in there, exactly 26 times. It's in there.
That's why it's like this document, like no man could ever have created such
Right,
a thing.
and
Because it's just-
I can go on and on now.
It actually makes me cry.
And then, of course, there is. Here's something else. You know what a prime number is?
Yeah.
You know what a prime number is? A prime number is a number that is unique. Why is it unique? Because it can only be divided. Like the number 10 can be divided in half, 5. Okay, the number 14 can be divided in half. It can be divided, make it 7 and 7. The number 24 can be divided by 2, it can be divided by 3, it can be divided by 4, it can be divided by 6, it can be divided by 8. But a number that cannot be divided by any number, except, of course, itself. You can do 31 can be divided by 31, and it can be divided by 1.
Right.
Okay, but a number that can't really be divided is called a prime number. Okay? And it's unique. How many mitzvahs are there?
613.
In your mind, should it be prime or not prime? It should be a prime number. Of course it's a prime number. Okay? And as the numbers go higher and higher, it's very hard to find a prime number. Like It's because when you go higher and higher, there's got to be numbers that can go into
Right, you
it.
have more.
So 613 is a prime number. Guess which number